Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I'm here with the Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Collection Crasher, which I know has been out for a little while, but I wanted to do something special for Crasher because before this Crasher came out, there was another Crasher. Well, called Fracture. This was actually supposed to be an homage to the original Gobot Crasher, who was female. So I don't know what they're trying to say, having the first female Gobot be a Crasher, but definitely knew how to drive. And kudos to Gobots for actually having female characters in robotic form before Transformers did. But I'm going to compare the new Decepticon Crasher to the previous release, which is Fracture, and you can tell me which one you think is better. Be right back. All right, so let's start with Crasher, and you can see it's a very nice no plastic window box, so people can reach in there all they want. And you can see on the back there are the two modes. Now let's pop her out, and you can see there in the pretty much plastic-free prison, and she has a little stash under there. And of course instructions and a shitty piece of paper. Warning, warning, Will Robinson, warning. All right, let's use the knife to free her. I would say don't try this at home, but where else are you gonna open up your Transformers? Maybe in the car if you're really impatient. A hotel if you get it at a con. Now this starts out in vehicle mode, so let's take a look at that first. So she is, I guess, a Formula Racer car. I am not a car guy, so I don't know exactly what type of car this is, but it's definitely a race car. You can see the nice big silver painted rims. Decepticon symbol here, the number 01, which I'm pretty sure Crasher had in the original. For these guys being Speedia, I mean, that's not too bad of rolling, but you know, if they really want speed, these modern vehicles don't really have it. I bet if I dug out a original Crasher, she would speed by this one very quickly. But nice spoilers, nice deco on the vehicle. You can see the red in front. Now the original had the name Crasher on the front, was a little bit different style of a race car, had the number 1 on it, but a similar color scheme. Not exact, but similar. Of course, we should open up the accessories, which are 2 guns, but 2 different style guns, so they're not quite symmetrical. But and the missile comes off here, so this is very Mirage-like, which makes sense because, you know, this is a repaint of Mirage. But a pretty cool vehicle mode. You take off the weapons. Not a ton of kibble on the bottom, just the number, which seems a little odd because who's going to see it underneath? But a sweet looking Formula One racer. Now, before we get into the robot mode, let's take a look at the original Fracture, which is again basically Crasher, also has a number 1. The deco is a little more, though there's no Crasher text on it, a little closer to the original Gobot. Doesn't roll the best either. And the weapon came out. Her weapon storage for this guy, well, girl. There we go, much better. When the weapon's in place, it's time to race. But a cool version of the character, more white on the spoiler and in the front, very similar to the deco on the original, though that again was a much different car. Silver in the tires, ones on the side, which makes sense, which the new one doesn't have. And overall, a very cool racer. Even less kibble on the bottom, can't really tell it's an actual Transformer very easily. Got a couple in the back. Oh, you got 4 tailpipes. This one, knee. So side by side, as you can see, they're both very similar looking cars, but Fracture's a little brighter. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, as you know, Decepticon. Silver Decepticon symbol here, silver Decepticon symbol here. 01 instead of just the number 1. The number 1 was all it was on the original Crasher, no 01. So she looks good in both modes. So side by side, feast your eyes, and let's move on. Let's put Crasher, the Legacy version, into robot mode. Now, it's been a while since I've transformed Mirage, so I'm just going to take a quick peek at the instructions, but it doesn't look too difficult. So there is Crasher with 2 weapons with ankle rockers. Now, the original Crasher, like all the Gobots, didn't actually carry weapons for the most part. They just shot beams out their fists. This Crasher is armed and dangerous. Now, I don't recall if I know I have Mirage somewhere. I don't think I've taken Mirage out of the package yet. So I don't see a way to actually put the missile launcher on the shoulder, which is kind of annoying because that's kind of Mirage's thing. The missile does come out, so you have the launcher and the missile separate. For Crasher, it's not a big deal. I just need to get my Mirage out and figure out what the hell's up with that. But I like the deco, and I imagine the posability is going to be pretty good. So, full Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you balance on the tires, there you go. Not even moving. Kick forward, kick back. Not kick back, that's a Decepticon. Kick to the side. There is somewhat of a swivel going in one direction, but that's just the one leg, so, can kick off to the side that way. And of course can bend at the knee. Now, the wheel kibble and the front spoiler, I guess, on the back of the leg looks a little bit weird, but doesn't really interfere much with, well, you could probably bend the leg more if it wasn't for that. Slight double jointed knee, so you can kind of pop that a little bit in an uncomfortable position, like so. Can, of course, twist at the waist because, well, it's part of the transformation too. And with the ankle rockers, great posability. Arms can go around all the way, ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. Can swivel, bend at the elbow, and you can even move the arms up like so, and you can do a little spinny dance. Head turns. It is very shiny, I must say. The head is very shiny. Now, the deco looks very nice. The face painting, I mean, it's obviously Mirage's head, but Mirage's head wasn't that different from Crasher's. At least in the cartoon, though, there was a lot more feminine features in the cartoon. The actual toy had like a red visor, so this is definitely more cartoon accurate than this just red visor, faceless Renegade Gobot. Not a ton of kibble on the back other than these very obvious wheels. And the wheels here are nicely hidden in the chest. Now, Crasher here does have the 01 on the chest, which is a nice thing, but the original did not have that. But still a very nice looking figure, very posable. I like it. Fracture, on the other hand, who is also based on a version of Mirage, almost looks anime in design. Very thin, very streamlined, but another cool representation of the figure. Now, before the days of ankle rockers, this one kind of had ankle rockers. Because the spoiler halves were on ball joints, you could actually kind of use them as a type of ankle rocker. So that was kind of pretty cool. And it could very easily do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. The legs could go forward very nicely. Legs could go back, bend at the knee. Now, really wasn't any swiveling though. I mean, not even the limited swiveling for Crasher. Could wiggle it a little bit, but no actual swivel. Just a little bit because of the ball joint. Twist at the waist, absolutely. All the way around if she wants. Arms could, if you angle them a little bit, because the wheels in the back here go all the way around. Fists can't twist, which, the other Crashers can't either, so that's fine. The head can turn. And the deco is similar, kind of a pink face, and it's based on Mirage. One's on the shoulders, big wheels over the shoulders. But overall, a very posable toy from 2008. If you look at the back, some kibble. You got the wheels and the driver's compartment, but still, it's a slimmer feel. But I think it's pretty comparable to the new Crasher from Legacy Velocitron, all that shit. Now the new Crasher is about 5 inches tall, whereas the old Crasher, if you go from the top part of the wheels, is about 6 inches. From the head, it's about 5 inches head to toe. But both cool figures. Again, Fracture has a little bit more white, but they both look pretty dang cool, even from the back. Okay, sorry ladies, that was inappropriate. But for a Gobot character brought over to the Transformers universe based on Mirage, I think they're both pretty neat. But I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me which one of these Crashers is better in your opinion. Which is a better representation of the original Gobot, even though neither of these have vehicle modes that are that close to the original Gobot. And while you're mulling that over, you can take a look at this video over here, which is a couple of Mirages that are G1 in style, but in special colorations. And of course, I really hope that you're enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them. I will see you next time, and as always, have fun and good hunting.